Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to another CSR2 video. I'm on the final 10 races of the Albuquerque event. I'm going to show you guys the final runs because this is usually when things get tougher. And we're going to talk about one of the toughest races here, which will be race 69, to try to beat it with the Ford Mustang NASCAR. So almost every 10 races you get a full relay of the 5 cars. All I can tell you is, again, the first car doesn't matter what tier, but it has to be as close to fully maxed as possible. After that, the closer your cars are to fully maxed, the more easy the relays will be. Also, all these races up to this point, while they're not difficult, they do have a specific requirement. So if your cars are not upgraded enough, you're not going to beat it. Here, I'm running some fully maxed cars like this Venom. I think this is a World Edition or something, Special Edition Venom Spider. So it is the final edition, yes. And then with regard to the Tuatara, I intentionally did not bother to change the setup I had on it, which is going to run about an 8.2. That's not fully maxed. This car fully maxed can actually run faster, but 1 or 2 cars being a second off doesn't really change the ultimate challenge. As long as you have enough cars that are basically maxed, you won't have any problems. Now, people do run into trouble with Uncle Sam because one of the races near the end, the Uncle Sam is going to have a pretty tough challenge. This lock-in, because you don't really have a choice, right? It's either this or the Javelin. You do have to know that the Uncle Sam has to be pretty well upgraded. However, that being said, that 8.0 time can actually be hit with the Uncle Sam with 2 stage 6s if you have body and if you have, for example, transmission. The same applies to this Ford here. Race 69 is tough, but you get 2 stage 6s throughout this event, and if you're very, very lucky, and so far I have been, I got body on the first one. I know that with body, if I get one of 4 other stage 6s, well, actually I would say 3 other stage 6s in combination with body, I have a pretty good chance of getting through race 69 without having to wait or spend or pulling another stage 6. That being said, almost any 3 stage 6 combo will make it through as well. All right, so we're now just blowing through these few races. Generally speaking, even at this point, if your cars are pretty well upgraded, and this Mustang only needs stage 5 to get to this point, you should be able to get right on through these races. So with the Mustang, the trick is launching it a little earlier than perfect and then going pretty much almost immediately to second and nitrous. With the Max Evo tune, which is basically right, left tune on the tuning, meaning nitrous all the way right, transmission 2.0, 0-100 tire, you should be able to do about an 8.5 shifting properly with stage 5 only. I already added body, so I'm actually running about 8.3s, 8.2s even. But it won't be enough for race 69. We'll see when we get to that point. The Camaro, I'm not even trying to drive right, simply because I don't need 6.9 runs to really beat the challenges here since my Uncle Sam is maxed. But if yours is not, I would suggest you to look up Zucar's or some others max tune shift pattern, because by the time you get to about 8.0, you're going to be using that shift pattern anyway. So again, early launch, instant second, nitrous, and just kind of running through also gets you through most of the speed traps. If I'll tell you this right now, if you're struggling with these speed traps, that means your car is not upgraded enough. You're going to need more fusions. Oh, this is big. I got the engine stage 6. Okay, that is not the one I'm looking for. It's not optimal, but it is one of the 3 that can help you potentially get through race 69. That combination, the 3 combinations are body and tire, body and trans, and body and engine being the worst out of the 3. Body and tire is the strongest, and trans is right there with it. They're really interchangeable, both capable of low 7.9s. But body and engine is only capable of low 8.0s. This means I'm going to have a little struggle when I finally get to race 69. We'll see how bad the struggle will be. So again, as you can see, with enough upgrades, you shouldn't even struggle up to this point. But if you're struggling in race 50s, then you're really looking at a pretty difficult coming challenges, because both the relays and the individual challenges are going to get tougher and tougher. And quite honestly, if you're already struggling in race 50s, none of your cars are probably good enough to get through. If you're only having difficulty in relays, that means one or two of your cars might be too slow and they need upgrades. What you have to understand is that there are no paid crates for the first 3 lock-ins, but there are paid crates required for the last 2, which is the Uncle Sam and the Mustang. So where you want to put most of your effort on maxing out cars is in the first 3. If the first 3 are maxed, you won't have an issue with relays. Then you just need to get Uncle Sam and the Mustang far enough to get through to get the Mustang Mach E. So you can plan your spending accordingly, because bronze keys come free, but those crates are $3.99 a pop for the Uncle Sam and also for the Mustang NASCAR. So I would be very careful where you spend. That can help you with some money management if you are spending, so you're not spending a ton of money on stuff that really isn't necessarily always going to give you what you want. So the Tuatara, again, 8.2 second run, seems to be holding its own just fine. It's got a full second additional margin to play with if you have it fully maxed. Remember, if you're using the Gold Star Tuatara, it's basically the same thing. That's a low 7 car, 7.0 I think, or 6.9 or 7.0 car, fully maxed. Most people missing a few Epic Fusions, will be in the 7.4s, which is still just fine for this event purposes. And once again, Uncle Sam, it just, at this level of upgrade, I'm not too worried about shifting. But if you are cutting it close because you only have 2 or 3 stage 6s, you're going to need to want to get the shift pattern down, because a little bit of extra is a little bit of extra. It always helps to be able to run the fastest time on a given setup. Okay, once again, Mustang, I tend to launch around 5K with it, just because I know that with the body and eventually the engine stage 6, that'll give me some of the best runs I can get, which will be in the low 8.0 range. Right now, it's still in the 8.2 range. Oh, wait, 8.027. I've already added the engine, so notice I just did an 8.027. That's actually one of the better runs. I think 8.018 is the best I've accomplished with just body and engine. So body and engine together, doing pretty well here. Let's see where we can go. Okay, here we go. Another quick relay. This one, again, is easy. Even though neither car has full upgrades, these 2-car, 3-car relays generally are not that difficult. And again, I'm almost at the end of the event here, and still the relays are really not that bad. So those are not the hurdles in this section. The hurdle races are going to be race 67, 68, and 69, depending on your situation with your cars. Really, it would be more like 67 and 69, because 68 is actually using the Mustang NASCAR, and there's a huge difference in the time required between 68 and 69. You'll see when we get there. Right, so moving right along here with the Mustang. Now, what I notice is even up to race 67 or 68, you can probably get away with the Mustang without any stage 6s. But of course, you're gaining 2 in the event, and if you don't have full Epic Fusions, you're definitely going to want to put them in, so you make your car as fast as possible. Unlike other type of racing like live, and much like Showdown, you definitely want your car as fully upgraded as possible at all given points in the event. No reason to not do that, because it just hurts you, it doesn't help you. Of course, if you're managing your fusions and you're thinking about the future, for example, Uncle Sam really isn't that useful outside of the event. It can be used in live, but not really super successfully. In that situation, you may not want to put in your full Epic Fusions, and you may want to just leverage stage 6. So right there, you see how tough that race is. 67 there is an 8.0 run. That's the place a lot of Uncle Sams are getting stuck, because again, you need 2 very strong stage 6s and full fusions to hit that. And again, body is critical for both the Ford and the Uncle Sam. So Ford here shouldn't have a problem, because again, this is a very easy race in comparison to what's coming up. Okay, we're about to come up on the race 69, which I know one of the slowest opponents in there runs like an 8.025, but the rest are probably going to be faster. So we have to see if we can even find the opponent. The way to do that, and this is another tip, the way to do that is to go back to garage each time you finish a race and then come back. Because if the opponent's too fast, re-challenging isn't going to help you. You're still going to lose. All right, let's see what we get for this guy. Okay, so let's see what he runs. Again, I'm about a low 8.0 here, and I'm going to do my best. Oh man, this is not good. I'm getting trashed already, and it's not catching up. Okay, so that's obviously a very fast opponent. Let's see what the time is first. 7.896 for that opponent. That's going to be a no-win situation for me. So go back to garage. Go right back to the race. And you should get a different opponent. And basically, you're going to keep your fingers crossed that this guy's slower. That's really what you're doing. And so let's hope this guy's slower than the last guy. Again, we don't know if we're going to get this. Nope, doesn't look good. Nope. All right, so that's no good as well. So we know that the Venom is going to be faster. That's a 7.9, but it's still a little bit slower than the Mustang GT350, which was kind of crazy. So definitely have to add gas now. There's no way around it. Let's go back to garage. The real question is, how many tanks of gas am I going to be spending on this? Okay, let's do one more time. I'm not going to make you guys watch this over and over again, but let's do a few and just give you a feel for how this can play out. Oh no, same car again. Oh, instant loss. You still got to run it, but there's no way I'm going to win this. So it looks like I'm going to be in this for the long haul unless I can find that slow car. Yep, another loss. All right. So I think again, there's nothing you can do about this. Just got to spend some gas pips, keep coming in, and keeping my fingers crossed at this point. All right, let's try again. All right, so I decided to cut the video and give you like a tank of gas later because it's taking forever. So here we go. Hopefully this guy is slower because he's definitely not the same ones I've been racing. I've seen everything from 7.89 to 8.01s. Some of the cars are 8. Ooh, okay, excellent. This is the slow guy. Oh yes. Oh wow, look at that. Look, barely made it, but hey, a win's a win, right? Yes, I got it. So that. I was just saying, the slowest guys I've seen up to this point was 8.01s, and I'm like a tank of gas plus into this. So, yes. All right, now, once you get through that, this is the final race, and it's supposed to be challenging, and it shows challenging, but honestly, if I made it through race 69, I'm pretty much going to be fine here. I really don't expect this to be any more difficult than what I just had to go through. So, let's see if any of the beginning cars are super. Nope. Okay, this is going to be a breeze. If your first car is already trashing them, the chance of the other cars completely destroying you goes down. So difficulty is going to be basically super simple. So at this point, I am. Ooh, it jumped to extreme, but I'm not too worried because there's no way it's going to go from losing by that much to beating my maxed out car at this point on race number 2. I just don't see it. So that extreme is more just to make you scared than to actually be extreme. Look at this. They're not even moving yet. Yeah, easy kill. On with life. So we're moving now towards the end here. Again, I don't see this as challenging at all at this point. This is just going through the motions to collect that Mach E 1400. So I'm right there on getting that car. So as you can see from the last few races, even up to race 67, there's really nothing to talk about too much. And it's really 67 and 69 are the two, quote, hurdle races for the two respective cars, the Uncle Sam and the NASCAR Mustang. If you get through them, you'll be fine. If you're pretty far from running 7.9 or 8.0 with either car, well, you know what you're up against. It's going to be a tough one. You're going to have to do whatever you got to do to get those parts. And you have days to do this. I mean, this is only second day that I'm finishing this event in. You have plenty of days to do this, but just understand that it could be difficult near the end. And that's intentional. They want you to get near the end so that you have a feeling that I'm so close, I might as well reach into my pocket, spend some money, and do it. This is designed by, it's designed by natural motion to do this. It's kind of like the carrot on the stick situation. They want you to be so close to the prize car you can taste it, and therefore you're more likely to make that bad decision. But again, spend what you're capable of and do what you want. In the end, it's your game. You play it how you want. Just understand that the game is designed to hopefully make you spend some money. Some of us can get lucky and get through without spending. Many of us may not. Patience can also pay off as well. So here we go. Let's collect the Mustang Mach E 1400. And there it is. So that is the final runs basically for this event, and I've collected the prize car. I am going to build the Mustang, and I'll do a separate review on that car down the line. If you have any questions about those specific stage 6s, I'm going to probably make a quick video about combinations for the Mustang to show you guys what combos can kind of make that race 69 time. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a lot of talking and it's very quick because I did try to make it move along here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like my channel, subscribe, hit the bell. This way, when I put up these videos, you get notifications, and then you can kind of watch them and listen to me ramble on and on about the game. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.